My first experience with the Ocean Opry was in the early 80s. I had just moved to town and from South Georgia, and somehow or the other, the Raider family got my phone number. They had a recording session to do here at the recording studio, and piano player couldn't make it that day, and somebody had told him I could play piano, so got a phone call from Dennis that morning and said he needed some help and wanted to know would I be interested in coming and playing piano for a recording session. So I said, sure, I'd like to do that. I'd heard about the Ocean Opry, had never been here, didn't know anybody, never met the Raider family, but come that day to do the recording session, and I think it was a bunch of square dance tunes, if my memory serves me correctly. We did like 10 square dance tunes, and it was over with by late evening, and they talked. We had a good time that day, great time, a bunch of musicians, and long story short, it that led to another recording session a few days later, and yet another one, and that became a 23-year relationship here at the Ocean Opry. So next thing you know, they needed somebody to play for a show, and Miss Debbie was sick or whatever it was, and that's what I come play for the show, and I did, and I liked it. I thought it was very good. What I loved about the Raider family was a family show. You could come here and bring your 6-year-old kids and enjoy it, and not have to worry about the alcohol, and not have to worry about the drinking or the bad language. It was for the family, and that made me feel good that we were doing something that was family oriented. And then some 23 years off and on, I was the staff piano player here, along with Miss Debbie and a couple of others over that time. But it turned out to be a wonderful relationship, not just only musically, but the Raider family became my family. Mama Raider and Papa Raider, we all called them, became good friends. Dennis and Billy and the girls watched the kids grow up, literally watched the kids grow up on this stage over that period of time, and just became family. Just became family. I had the privilege of working with this Raider family for many, many years, as I said, and we laughed together, we cried together, we prayed together, went through thin times and went through prosperous times, and we always came through it together. And I'm so proud to have experienced that. And with Papa Raider and Mama Raider, became like mom and dad. When I went out on the evangelistic field in the mid-'80s, late 80s, I knew I had somebody supporting me here. We did my first album as my independent ministry here at the Ocean Opry Studio, and I could call Wayne and he'd send me cassettes, wouldn't even let me pay for them. We had a great time. We really did. And then all that coming together just meant a lot to me. So I had the opportunity and the privilege to be here the last night of the Ocean Opry Theater Dimension, I should say. And I was able to sit right back there and play the last song of Old Lang Syne about 1:30 or 2 o'clock in the morning when they closed the theater down. I got to play the last note at the last show. And it was a privilege and an honor to do that. And then coming back in on Monday and starting to break everything down and clearing out this room for this building's destruction, to be torn down and moved. But as God would have it, it was given away twice to be torn down, and nobody could get enough money to tear it down. So after being remodeled by the condo development that had purchased this property, the economy did what it did, and this building got turned into a church. And I'm so glad to say and so happy to say that I pastor Oasis Worship Center here at 8400 Front Beach Road, the former Ocean Opry Theater. And we've been here 10 years now, and God is blessing and has been moving. And this beautiful facility now is now a great, wonderful church that is still family oriented. And we're just so excited. one thing that we have that I'll show you in the back room, in the dressing room, where all the country music stars come through. People like the Oak Ridge Boys, the Platters, Letterman, Craig Morgan, Johnny Cash, Tommy Cash, Jack Green. All these signatures are on this wall, and we preserve that. We didn't want to tear that down as part of the Ocean Opry legacy. Those signatures are still on the wall behind plexiglass now, so that they'll be there for years to come, and we wanted to make sure that we preserve that. So we're excited about the legacy of this building. We're excited about what it's doing now, and I want to say thank you, Raider family, for allowing me to be part of this great legacy that they called Ocean Opry Theater. I'm so grateful and so wonderful to be part of the Raider family. God bless.